I hate that I was correct. I really do. But months ago, I told you other countries are getting coronavirus under control. We are not. It is looking more and more like at some point, travel is going to open back up, Asia to Europe, Europe to wherever, it doesn't matter, Europe to Australia. And the United States is likely to be banned from entering a lot of these countries. Why? Because they've got it under control. We don't, and they don't want us bringing the disease there. And unfortunately, that is exactly what is happening. Europe reportedly plans, according to a report in the New York Times, to ban American travelers indefinitely because we are failing hard on coronavirus. Now, when I say that we're failing, we haven't all failed. That's the reality. Some of the best places in the world to be right now, places that have seen the most rapid decrease in cases, are in the United States. I am fortunate to live in one of those places, Massachusetts. But on the other side of the coin, many of the worst places to be in the world are in the United States. And if you are Switzerland or you are Spain or France, you can't, practically speaking, say people from Massachusetts can fly here, but people from Arizona can't. And the United States is going to be judged by our worst performing states. And unfortunately, the worst performing states right now are some of the worst places in the world to be. So what's going on is that on July 1st, Europe is going to reopen its borders to international travelers. And they've put together a list of countries that are not going to be allowed to come in, people from countries that are not going to be allowed to come in. The list is still being finalized. The United States is reportedly on the list. China is believed to be on the list. Uganda, Cuba, Vietnam. It looks like Brazil and Russia, which are disastrous hotspots, they are believed to be on the list. Now, on a personal level, this bothers me, but that's not what this is really about. I mean, I was planning to maybe be able to go to Europe at the end of summer if things were better there and things were better here. But they're terrible here at the national level. And so I'm not going to be allowed to go. Okay, sad for me. But there's a much bigger picture here, because this is a huge blow to the prestige and respect of the United States around the world. We've already been a laughingstock since Donald Trump was elected. It's gotten worse and worse and worse. And this is really an indictment of the job that Donald Trump has done, or maybe better said, not done, on the issue of coronavirus. Trump is so unstable. We know how he's going to react to this. And it's really tragic how terribly some parts of our country are doing. For example, if you look at Spain, you see that their cases have just fallen off a cliff. Such small numbers in Spain lately. You look at Switzerland. Switzerland has absolutely crushed the curve. Looks amazingly good. I could go on giving you more and more examples. New Zealand, many places in Europe and around the world. Here in the United States, there are places that are looking very good. One of the places that has seen the fastest decline in cases, I'm proud to say, I'm happy to say, is right here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, where we are doing very well. And, we could say, hey, listen, we have an airport. We have all sorts of flights to Europe. But sadly, because anybody can just come to Massachusetts from Florida or Arizona or Texas, we're not going to be allowed into Europe. And indeed, when you look at the numbers in some of these other states, you look at Texas. Texas set a new record. Each of the last 2 days, Texas had more than 5,000 coronavirus cases, 2 days in a row. The last couple of days in Florida, around 3,500 cases per day. In fact, they've been there for close to a week. Yesterday's Trump rally location, which we will discuss later, Arizona, hitting their single day record yesterday, same day as a Trump rally. Doesn't really bode well for 10 days from now, but more than 3,500 new cases in Arizona yesterday for the first time. So we have to realize that we are the bad eggs here. We are that country that around the world, along with Brazil and Russia and India, I mean, we're not unique in this way, but we are one of the worst. We are one of those bad eggs that around the world they say, hey, we're doing well. Many countries are doing well. Let's start to restart economies and let people in. But we've got to keep the bad actors out. We are one of the bad actors right now. Now, this should not come as a shock. Our president admitted on Saturday that he wanted testing slowed down. He confirmed it yesterday. I'll have video for you later. So when you hear the president wanted less testing, it shouldn't come as a huge surprise that we're not doing so well. Now, I hesitate to even open up this can of worms because it's being considered, I'm going to mention it. There is the possibility that some of the states that are doing better are going to look at banning travel from other American states. This is very complicated legally because of the law, Paul v. Virginia, from, I believe, 1869. The Supreme Court defined freedom of movement in the United States as right of free ingress to other states and egress from them. And that seems very cut and dry, but there's many different layers and overlapping precedent when it comes to what is there in terms of what states can do to say, we're not letting people in from Florida or we're not letting people in from Texas. There are discussions happening about northeastern states saying, we don't want people coming here from those other places. Could be Massachusetts, New York is looking at it. Is it possible that if certain states did that, they would be allowed to send people to Europe on planes? We don't know. And it really depends more on Europe than it does on us. The legal questions are complex. This is also going to cause absolute and total chaos, and it is going to start to get very ugly in the United States if you start seeing, and it's being considered now, certain states saying we are sort of going to isolate our state as if it were its own country. And I mean, listen, I'll maybe leave it there for now. If that happens, there will be many more conversations to have. Before we go to the break, I want to say thank you. We had something very special happen yesterday on the show. Yesterday, we've been doing the show for years and years and years. Yesterday, the same day, right, June 23rd, we had our best day for the audio podcast ever. You go back to the start of the audio podcast, we had more listens to the audio podcast yesterday than ever in David Pakman Show history. Also yesterday, on the same day, we had more people watch our clips on Facebook than ever before. So yesterday was the best day in the David Pakman Show's history, storied history, controversial history, ever in terms of Facebook views and podcast downloads. And I just have you guys to thank. I so appreciate it. We're going to be taking a couple days off the rest of this week to kind of put together a nice 4-day weekend. I think everybody deserves it. We've been going straight through really since we got back from the end of 2019 break because of coronavirus. There's nowhere to go. So we've been going straight through. So we'll be taking some much needed time off the next couple days. I'll be coming to you from a very special location next week, and then we'll do one extra day off around the 4th of July weekend. But thank you to everybody. Let me know where your state is in terms of the virus. I'm on Twitter at @dpakman. We'll take a quick break and be back after this. If you love feeding your intellectual curiosity, but you're always struggling to find the time, check out one of my all-time favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist lets you consume an entire book on your way home from work. They take thousands of popular nonfiction books, condense each one into text or audio that you can get through in just 15 minutes, and you get all of the important core ideas and information from that book. It's perfect if you don't have enough time to do all the reading you want to do, or if you just want to sample a book before you buy the entire thing. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.